This is a PS5 controller, and it's apparently faulty. It definitely has stick drift in one of the sticks. I'm not sure if that's the only fault at this point. This belongs to a friend of mine and it's been resigned to the bin, trash, receptacle, because it's no longer playable for games like Fortnite or Call of Duty. So she's actually been out and bought a new one, and I said, don't do that, because it's probably quite cheap to fix this up. And yeah, it's like 55 quid for a new one, so don't do that. But it's too late, she's done it anyway. So I'm going to fix this up, and so you can use it as a spare. In fact, before I open it, I should probably test it, right? Let's go over to the PC. Right, you can see straight away there, the right stick is a little bit pink, which means it's, well, you can see at the bottom, it's kind of pointing to the right a little bit. I mean, it's not a lot, but surely that must be enough to make it drift. Well, let's just quickly test the rest of the buttons. Yeah, the buttons seem fine. So I think it is just the right stick. And if you look at axis 3 there, it's sort of jiggling around a little bit. Like I said, it's not a lot. Let's go and test it inside Call of Duty. Yeah, there we go. It's moving straight away. Let's check aim down sights. Yep, still moving. Okay, that's not ideal. Let's just shoot this person. Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of playable, but that would get irritating pretty quickly, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, it's speeding up. Ooh. Right, okay. I think that is enough. So yeah, that's definitely unplayable. Let's open this thing up and see about swapping this one out. In fact, I'll probably swap both of them out while I'm at it. All the other buttons seem to be okay, so the membrane is hopefully okay. And I don't think I've done a joystick swap on one of these before. I've definitely done it on a PlayStation 4 controller. And I seem to remember the last one of these that I looked at, it had problems with the membrane. Insane in the membrane. And yeah, some of the buttons didn't work. So I don't know how hard or easy this is going to be. But let's find out.
If you can repair, don't throw away cash without a care. Pass cool Jingus, we can fix it up. Mini bags for a few quid, we in luck. Sure, it ain't easy, Sigma 4, and it ain't for the queasy. Web law, a little bit of practice, answer again, and maybe let me can intervene. We got methods by Mitchell, we can try. Hot air, free on TV, or will let fry. Plasticky goodness, Christopher Shaw. No wet the weapon, that's what luminance for. No melt solder, Dr. Petter's wizard, yeah, why not? All things considered, we'll try different ways to get this done. Hold on to your hats, maybe a bumpy one. Before we get cracking, it's the HHG. Nate, Lucas, Sarah, Cat, James, and Danny. Charge Nigel to our James Harden. Scott made a thing, iconic James Freiner. John Blue, Shit, Kip, Higgs, get the money. Daniel Westwood, Steve Stepanic, Ozzy B. Larry W, Michael Biggie, Andy Banks. Besides Frosty, Cool, Slug, and Flux. Still going, get into this thing. He's really slowing, almost done, one doesn't never cease. Just in time to end with peace.
It's been a while since I took one of those apart. It's actually quite easy. That's as far as I can go for now, though. I do need to remove these wires. I am just going to take a quick picture to make sure I get them back in the correct order. You know what, I'd forgotten how difficult it is to remove the solder they use on these things. It's obviously unleaded solder. I got my iron at 450 degrees and it is not melting the solder on this one. At all. Nope. Gonna have to add some leaded solder, or 5-core solder.
Multi-core.
No idea what the 5 cores are, but who cares? There we go. Right, should be able to get the board out now. Nice. These are the replacement ones I picked up. They were in a little kit that I got from Amazon, and they're apparently Hall effect sensors. So, in theory, they should be better, but, I mean, I don't know. You get 4 in the kit. They work out like a few pound each. I can't remember exactly how much they are. I'll put it on the screen or something, maybe. And if I remember, I'll put it in the description below. Right, so these should just be direct replacements. And they go like that. So I think to remove these, I'm definitely going to have to add some leaded solder. What I'd quite like to do is use my mooing solder sucker on one side and try low melt solder on the other and see which is the best method. Because at this moment in time, I don't know. I'm not sure whether low melt solder is going to be able to heat all of those up at the same time. Likewise, I don't think my mooing solder sucker is going to remove this solder that's already on the board. So let's crack on with adding leaded solder. We'll do this side. Right, let's turn our mooing solder sucker on. Nice. Here it is. Right, let's see how well it copes with these. I'm not convinced that's going to come straight out of there. Oh look, there's a hair there. I reckon that had anything to do with the the stick drift. Right, is it just going to come straight out? I don't think it will. No. See, that's the problem with this thing. Unless you get absolutely all of the solder, it ain't going to come out. I mean, to be fair, my mooing solder sucker isn't the best. It's not Hako or Heiko. But maybe
Super weight.
we'll remove the rest of it. Or maybe it won't, I don't know. But let's find out. Always remember to turn the fan extractor on. There we go. Go away. Thank you. Still don't think that's going to come out. No. I seem to remember it being difficult on the PS4 as well. Like, I've got pretty much all of the solder off there, but it's still clinging on. So, yeah. I think I am going to have to whack this with some hot air. And in an effort to save myself from having to reset my melted plastic counter, I'm going to cover this in aluminum foil. Okay, that should be pretty safe, maybe. And I'm going to whack this with 500 degrees because I remember the pain of this last time. Lovely. Lovely. Right, let's just clean that up with some isopropyl alcohol, 99.9%. I can't see through all of those. Can't see through that one. This might not go on. No. Ah, there we go. Right, just need to solder that up now. Okay, that's one side done. Not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's also not bad. Right, let's try and tackle the other side. Nice. I've got some low melt solder in here. A little usually goes a long way, but let's see how much we need for this. But like I said before, I'm not convinced it's going to work because there's so many points to do here.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I didn't ask you to help me with anything. What did I say? Let's start at the top here. Okay, so I've got low melt solder on all of those. How am I going to get this off? I'm going to have to put some pressure on it and try and heat them all up at the same time. I might have to use the hot air for this. You know what? It's moving. There we go. Nice! So I was wrong. Low melt solder did in fact work. I'm glad I did that. I mean, it's left a mess all over the board, but that's what
Superweight
is for. Fume extractor. Right, let's see if this one goes in any easier. It should do, in theory. Yes, it certainly does. Let me make sure I've lined it up properly. Lovely. Much easier. So far, low melt solder's winning. Excellent. Pleased with how that went. The ultimate test, though. Have I melted any plastic? No, I have not. All plastic intact. In the set that I bought, you also get new thumbstick cover things, so I'm going to put them on as well. Just need to put this back together now. Accidentally turned my PlayStation 5 on. I've just spilled my IPA everywhere. Oh well, might as well use it. Right, there we go. All back together. Let's go over to the PS5 and test it out. Right, here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, that's better, isn't it? We've got no pinkness on the right one. Yes. Let's make sure all the buttons work. Yes, they do. Right, let's test it in Call of Duty. Well, that's a good start. It's not moving. Yes. Die. Nice. Right, well there we go. Quite straightforward, but I have learnt that low melt solder is an easier way of doing it, so I will do that next time too. I mean, I don't know how good those replacement ones are. I don't know how long they're going to last. They're supposed to be better, but obviously these are official Alps ones or whatever they are. But there you go, faulty. I think everything goes faulty at some point. Don't know why I said that. Oh yeah, I mean, it'll live to fight another day. Don't know why I said that either. But it is, in fact, still obviously a stupid controller.
Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom.